I now present to you my dad, Dr. Dale G. Caldwell.
Welcoming you to Centenary University. As you can see from the mountains in the background, you can see the changing colors. This is an amazing place. Really, one of my secrets about this is not so much celebrating me, but getting many of you who've never been here to see the power and potential of this incredible university. It is so wonderful to see so many family and friends here. I had said earlier, it's almost like a wedding, where you're bringing together people from different parts of your life who you've known for years, but they've never met. And the other thing is, today has already been amazing. Unfortunately, one of our board members who really encouraged me to apply for this, Les Aaron, is sick and he's not here. But when we were talking about the inauguration, he said, Dale, make it a day of community service. And so already today, I had an opportunity to drive the van with students and some books that were donated to the local facility, the local jail. I wanted to be someone who visited the jail before his inauguration instead of a leader who goes several years after his inauguration. We also had a chance to... This applies to both Democrats and Republicans. But we also had an opportunity. We started a pantry, a food pantry, and so we had a chance. The students were stocking the food pantry. There were students who were picking up trash from several streets in Hackettstown. And so it's been a wonderful day. And if you know me, you know that's what matters, is what difference do you make. And when people ask me, Dale, when I was selected, you're president, I said, I'll be really excited when we make history, when we do things that have never been done before. And so I think Centenary is well positioned to do that. So first, I just want to thank everyone. First, Amanda Ackerman, I insisted that she's here, and she is, where is she? Yeah, she has become my favorite national.
Sure, back here.
When I first heard you sing, you have the voice of an angel, so you have an amazing career ahead of you. I want to thank Bishop Scholl for his fantastic invocation, who was a very, very good friend of my dad, and my biggest regret in life is that my dad, who passed away in 2020, and my mom has Alzheimer's, and she lives with me here, but she couldn't really make the trip down here. I never, ever thought I'd be a pastor, let alone a college president. And so my dad, I think, had something to do with heaven. So this guy's not busy enough. He has to do something. I want to thank Norm Work. Norm is just an icon in the community. He's just a tremendous MC and a great person. And Matthias and Jenna are superstars. You're going to hear their names going forward, and we're going to do some amazing things together with this. I can't tell you how much I love my cabinet. Those who you heard earlier. I mean, we have a cabinet that I would put up against any other cabinet in the state. I know we have 4 presidents here who have amazing cabinets, but it really is just amazing the support we have, the people that we have, and what we can do going forward. I have an amazing daughter. Ashley, I'm so proud of. We're very, very close. I have no comment about my online dating profile. Later. But I want to thank the Inauguration Committee. If you could stand up, those of you who were involved in this. They spent hours after hours. And somehow they had a better connection with the bishop and Tim and I with the weather, because it was supposed to pour, and we have beautiful weather outside, so it was wonderful. It's hard for me to describe how humbled and honored I am to be president of Centenary University. It's an exceptional institution, that the world doesn't know about. And so it's a great opportunity to really be here and really start to let the world know what we've done. There's a culture of caring. You know, I also want to thank the amazing faculty that we have, the amazing staff, the amazing students, the alumni. And this community is really partners with this family. And so I've had people say, oh, you have a lot of energy and you do this. It's just wonderful, wonderful group of people. And so it's my job to kind of be the chief storyteller and really let the world know about all the great things that are happening. So one of the things that you will find is that as you look around and the weather's good enough, I hope you patronize some of the stores in Hackettstown. I think we have the best steakhouse in New Jersey here in Hackettstown. I hope you come back and experience the love that is here. There's a love and caring that is very, very special. And so one of the things that was founded as the United Methodist University is not technically a religious college, but the culture of caring, the culture of love, the culture of support has permeated this institution for 156 years. People truly care about each other. And that's a place that I feel so comfortable in and a place that I think we can do some really interesting things. So I want to start talking about the importance of higher education, and we'll talk about that Centenary campaign for college. This is obviously a very challenging time in world history, yet if you know me, I like to tell the truth, but I'm always hopeful. The Israel, Hamas, and Ukraine-Russia wars are just the most visible crisis in a world filled with conflict and poverty. They're not publicized, but there are currently wars going on in Afghanistan, the Central African Republic, Ethiopia, Libya, Mali, Somalia, South Sudan, and Syria, among other places. We're in many ways a world at war. Society is being hurt by political parties in virtually every country who place their need for power above the interest of common citizens. Research suggests that more than 40% of the world can be considered poor because they do not have enough money to pay their basic monthly bills. Research also suggests that global climate change will lead to a refugee crisis that the world is not prepared for over the next decade. We're living in a time where there is a mental health and emotional health crisis that is leading to widespread depression and suicide. We're suffering because people are rejecting faith of any kind in favor of worshiping celebrities as if they are living gods. More than 50% of fourth graders in urban communities in the United States do not read at grade level. Tragically, there is a direct correlation between illiteracy rates and crime. Private prisons estimate their future prison population based on the fourth grade literacy rate in their local community. Healthcare costs are rising at double-digit rates, making basic medical services in the U.S. too expensive for many middle-class families. The largest publicly traded corporations are focused on quarterly profits instead of long-term investments or the health and job security of employees. The economic backbone and largest employers in the world, small businesses, are struggling because of the competitive advantage given to big business by public policy. There was a time in society when politicians would make addressing these problems their number one priority. There was a time when conservatives and liberals would work together to develop policies that would minimize the pain to average citizens. There was also a time when a nationally unbiased press would report the truth even if it was unpopular or hurt the stock of their corporate owners. We're lucky to have amazing New Jersey publications like NJ Biz, ROI&J, Tap Into, among others, WRJ, and among others. I just mentioned the ones that had me on there. Unfortunately, we're living in a time when the unbiased truth and well-thought-out solutions to global problems are hard to find. We're way too partisan. But tragically, neither the national press or many politicians are telling the truth about how the world is struggling and in crisis. Instead, we're distracted by entertainment and political celebrities who don't care about average people. I truly believe that higher education is the last best hope for addressing or bringing to light the major challenges facing the world. Colleges and universities are the home to many of the most brilliant people in the world. The collective brain power of the people affiliated with these institutions is more than sufficient to develop solutions to virtually every problem facing humanity. Higher education institutions also mold and influence the next generation of world and community leaders. These institutions have the potential to develop a generation of leaders that have exceptional analytical skills and a critical understanding of complex global problems. More importantly, higher education institutions have a responsibility to develop graduates who have a deep empathy for all people in the world. Too many universities focused almost exclusively on their course offerings, faculty, enrollment, and fundraising. Some of their professors may write brilliant papers addressing world problems, but they are often ignored, unless, of course, they win a Nobel Prize. In my short time as president, I've noticed a new generation of university presidents who recognize that their institution has a responsibility to be an intellectual world leader. The presidents who are here today, but I also attended the new president's program at Harvard University with 61 new college presidents who are committed to leading universities very differently. This new generation of presidents are trying to find ways in which universities can partner and collaborate like never before. My vision for Centenary is aligned with his view of universities as world leaders. In my first month as president, I wrote 2 articles on affirmative action. In one article, I discussed the need for life circumstances admission, LCA, where I suggested universities consider all aspects of an applicant's life when making admissions decisions. In my second article, I discussed our groundbreaking Sky Clones program. In this program, Sussex County Community College student athletes from around the world live at Centenary while going to school at Sussex. This has helped the students at Centenary and Sussex develop intercultural competence and emotional intelligence. College has and will always transform students' lives and prepare them for success in the world. Unfortunately, there has been a focused campaign against college in recent years. Many so-called leaders are threatened by the analytical skills and independent thinking of people that are college educated. Higher education in the U.S. is facing a perfect storm. First-time student enrollment has fallen 8% in private 4-year institutions like Centenary since 2010. Student enrollment and revenues have fallen while inflation has accelerated, pushing up operating costs. These enrollment and financial forces have put tremendous financial stress on the private independent universities that provide the most personal education in the world. However, we're using innovative approaches to ensure that Centenary thrives educationally, financially, and operationally. As many of you know, an organization's mission drives how it operates and serves its constituents. There are 3 clear attributes common to every person that is successful and happy in life. The first attribute is emotional resilience. As many of you know, we're the first university in the world to have a Master's in Happiness program. Centenary Professor Tal Ben-Shahar, who founded this program and taught the most popular course at Harvard University, explained that seeking happiness doesn't work. Sustainable happiness comes from enhancing your ability to handle life's inevitable challenges, which we call emotional resilience. The second attribute is intellectual curiosity. The world is changing faster than ever and will change more rapidly with artificial intelligence. College students must graduate with a passion for learning. They must be lifelong learners to succeed in the new world and life. The third attribute of successful and happy people is something I call intercultural competence. Whether we like it or not, the world is becoming more diverse than ever. To be successful, you have to work with people who are very different than you. But you also have to seek out people who are different and recognize that people who are different than you are much more interesting than people who are just like you. Amen. Right? Centenary's focus must be on preparing graduates to be community and world leaders committed to making a tangible difference in the world. We're therefore one of the first universities who's transitioning our mission to develop students emotionally, intellectually, and interculturally. This mission has helped us enhance the emotional well-being of students, faculty, and staff, and will continue to grow. It's helping us to ensure that our classes inspire students to be lifelong learners. It's enabling us to make intercultural competence a skill that is a positive attribute of the entire Centenary family. We're also creating academic programs that meet the current educational demand in society. Far too many students do not have enough money to attend college at all, so they go to work full-time upon graduation from high school. We've therefore developed 3 state-of-the-art working education programs. Our working BA in psychology, working BS in business, and working BSN for registered nurses are enabling people to work full-time and get a Centenary college degree. We now have a master's in education a master's in happiness, and a doctor of education programs that can be taken anywhere in the world because they are fully online. To date, these programs have enrolled students from 15 different countries around the world. We are a global institution. We also recognize the need to provide educational programs for students who started their education but had to drop out. The Centenary degree recovery programs will help people who dropped out of their undergraduate and doctorate programs finish what they started. In fact, Brian Taylor, who's not here, who's in LA, he's not feeling well, is helping us work with the NBA Retired Players Association to help former pro basketball players complete their college education. We've created the Centenary Learning Institute to develop innovative certificate programs that meet the needs of the professional marketplace. We developed the Centenary Institute of Entrepreneurship, as you heard, to expand our enacted social entrepreneurship programs and develop innovative products like our patented fatigue watch that you heard about. In addition, we have created what we believe is the first consulting co-op program in the country. In this program, student project teams are providing free consulting to local businesses and departments within the university. This allows us to really have a symbiotic relationship with the local community and utilize our intellectual capabilities to help the real world. It also helps students apply the theory that they learn in class to problems that they're likely to face when they graduate. We have extraordinary counseling in theater arts and education, biology, English, sports management, exercise science, accounting, and fashion majors, among many other excellent programs. Our equestrian program is one of the best in the world and will be competing in the NCAA in the next year. In addition to all that we're doing within the university, we are working on partnerships and collaborations with organizations around the world. We're developing a global expertise in emotional well-being and post-traumatic growth that we will be implementing throughout the country. I believe that universities have the responsibility to bring competing public policy groups together because there are very few other groups in society that can do that. I'm therefore working with some of the most conservative and liberal groups in the country to try to find common ground. The issue we're focusing on now is using entrepreneurship and trauma-informed job training, job placement to reduce global poverty. The beauty of these things that I call entrepreneur zones is that this program is supported by both conservative and liberal groups. In summary, my goal is for Centenary to become one of the most innovative universities in the world, educating students from all walks of life. One of the challenges that Centenary and other universities are facing is a very public campaign against college. There are people, even celebrities, who are trying to convince students that college tuition is not worth it. However, the statistics make it clear that a college education is significantly more valuable than just a high school education. College graduates have 57% more employment opportunities than non-graduates. 80% of jobs for college graduates are advertised online, while only 50% of other jobs are advertised. Of the 11.6 million jobs offered since 2010, over 8.4 million, 72.4%, were offered to college graduates. Unemployment for students without a college degree is 12%, while it's only 5% for those with a college degree. Average salaries of college graduates are $84,000, while those who don't have a degree is $49,000. Incredibly, in spite of these statistics, some people still do not support going to college. People often ask me, what has been my biggest surprise in my role as president? Well, my biggest surprise is that $3,000 is often the difference between a college dropout and a college honors graduate. There are hundreds of students who are just $3,000, $4,000, $5,000 away because they're short in tuition payments in their senior year. Unfortunately, their families are struggling and cannot make those payments, which to many are seemingly small. Can you imagine being that close to graduating and not being able to because of just a few $1,000s? So let me tell you the story about this beautiful building that we're in. Carol Burgess of the class of 1954 came from a poor family. She needed just $500 to graduate from Centenary College back then. Someone anonymously paid her bill. 50 years later, she and her husband, David Lackland, donated $18 million to build the beautiful Lackland Center. Talk about an amazing return on a $500 investment. Centenary, more than any other university I know, has transformed lives in a way that many think is not possible. We have amazing stories of students from poor families, students with special needs, students with emotional challenges who come to us broken. And it breaks my heart to know that what so many young people have to go through early in their life. You know, me and my Princeton colleagues went to Princeton, which is a wonderful school, and Princeton does a great job of taking successful students and helping them be successful. We're taking students that sometimes never even thought about college. And that's why it's so important for a place like Centenary to be supported. So what we're trying to do is expand our enrollment around the world in other places. So we're going to have many more students who need that. So right now, today, I'm announcing an $8 million two-year campaign that we're calling the Centenary Campaign for College. It's a first-of-its-kind initiative, and we're focused on three critical things. The first is making the case for college to counter the growing anti-college movement. The second is to ensure that every student, regardless of their family income or financial circumstances, has sufficient money to earn a Centenary University degree. The third is to let the world know about our incredible programs and position as one of the most innovative and student-centered universities in the world. However, to do this, we need your help and the help of thousands of other people. We'll be reaching out to our alumni, friends of the university, my friends, and the general public for their support, to support students who might not have a chance to get their degree. So now we just created, and thanks to Jordan Glad and his team, I'd like you to take out your phones. And I'd like you to text the word cyclones to 243725. It's not a guarantee. You don't have to contribute. It doesn't make you contribute automatically. But cyclones, CYCLONES, to 243725. And you'll see that pop up on your phone. It'll give you an opportunity to give. So the good news is that during the silent part of the campaign, we've received a number of major gifts totaling about $2.1 million towards the $8 million goal. I even donated $17,000. You got to put your money where your mouth, so I even donated $17,000 towards this campaign because I think it's so important. And that's one of the reasons that I have energy and I love this place. It's this place in the earth, Proverbs 31:8. This place is a voice for the voiceless. It's a beautiful voice. And you hear the stories of how these students have become successful. So the campaign's really, it's not just about me, it's about helping support. And we have many brilliant students who come from middle-class families, first-generation students, and other young people who thought that college was not an option. So in conclusion, I'd like to thank each and every one of you for being here or watching this program online. I really can't express adequately in words how excited I am to serve as the president of Centenary University during this challenging time in both higher education and the world around us. But I'm relying on each of you to provide guidance and support that I need to continue to lead this incredible university, to partner with the amazing people that are here, and to really put Centenary on the map. So I want to thank you all for being here. Thank you for being part of the Centenary family, and have a great afternoon.